mother has been searching for her child for 50 years. Finally, she discovered the grave of her child right beneath. Today I will introduce to everyone a movie that was adapted from a true story. Philomena. In 1952, Iceland was still a very conservative country. Philomena, who was unmarried but pregnant, has been severely criticized by her family members. She was sent to the monastery to work to atone for her sins. At the monastery, she gave birth to a chubby baby boy. But the newborn baby was taken away by the nun. Mina was required to earn £100 to take her son away. So every day she strived to work. But £100 was not easy to earn at that time. The monastery did not want to allow Mina to relax all day. So when Anthony was 3 years old, they sent him to a family in America to be taken care of. For 50 years, Mina kept searching for her son, but she couldn't find him. She told her story to the reporter Martin. He decided to accompany her to find her lost son. The two returned to the monastery to find Anthony's information. But the nun said that the Great Fire a few years ago had burned away all those documents. Martin felt something unusual, so he found the information about this monastery everywhere. In a quick information bar, the hostess told them a secret, that the fire at the monastery was not an accident. It was deliberately caused by the nuns there. That year, a lot of young women, after becoming pregnant, were taken to the monastery. The nuns used their children to do business deals, sold to US families for £1,000, and that fire was to destroy the evidence of selling children. After learning that her child was sold to America, Martin immediately took Mina to America, provided all information regarding Anthony to the US Case Management Department, checked with date of birth and time of entry to the US. Finally, they found Mina's son. Not only that, after growing up, he was extremely exceptional. He used to be a legal advisor to the US president, but the end of the document said Anthony had died in 1995. Mina locked herself in the room for several days. She didn't know where to rearrange her feelings. Martin wanted to take her home, but Mina did not want to end the journey here. She wanted to find out what kind of person Anthony was, whether he used to miss his mother or not. Martin found Anthony's ex-girlfriend. She was a beautiful, intelligent, and extremely talented girl. After learning that Mina was Anthony's mother, she then gave all the pictures of Anthony to Mina. In the picture, Anthony was standing next to the US president. He looked extremely confident and intelligent. Mina asked her if Anthony ever mentioned Iceland, but the ex-girlfriend said no. Actually, she didn't understand Anthony at all, because Anthony liked men. But because he could not live a true life, so they had to continue acting as lovers. Perhaps Anthony's boyfriend would understand him better. There was also a person close to Anthony. It was a girl who was also raised by the monastery that year. Martin and Mina went to Anthony's adoptive parents' house, and the girl who was adopted that year was now a mother. She took out photographs of childhood and cassettes of Anthony, said that even though adoptive parents were a bit strict, they loved them deeply. Mina asked again if Anthony had mentioned Iceland. She said that she didn't remember that he had mentioned it. Not just Anthony. Even when she saw Mina, she didn't ask about her hometown. They were still too young when they were taken away. They had no memory of their homeland, so she didn't know what to ask next. On the way back to the hotel, Mina decided not to look for Pete anymore. The belief in her heart was reminding that was the retribution that she had to bear. She did against the will of God, slept with men sneakily, so she was punished not to see her son again. Mina deeply regretted it. She did not expect Martin to rewrite this story. It was someone else's Anthony, not her son. When he was alive, he never mentioned this mother. Now he had died, it was no need to mention anymore. Martin thought Mina was not wrong. As he meticulously observed Anthony's photos, he discovered that Anthony often wore a crane-shaped medal. If he really didn't care about his background, so why did he have to wear a badge to represent Ireland? Martin advised Mina not to give up. The two decided to see Pete to understand Anthony's inner thoughts better. In Pete's house, through the videos, Mina understood the other side of her son. He had delicacy and tenderness that few people knew. He always acted as a humble gentleman. The last place to appear in the video was a monastery. That was the same monastery that Mina used to live in. It turned out that Anthony was always looking for Mina. The monastery clearly knew they had been looking for each other, but they lied to them. It even made up the fact that Mina abandoned him. But even so, Anthony always hoped to see his mother again. His grave was built in the back of the monastery. The destination of the search was back to where it all started. Mina and Martin returned to the monastery. Martin officially asked the nuns to apologize to Mina, but the nuns thought that was the punishment Mina had to receive. This was the cost of making love with a man before marriage. Martin said that it would examine the nuns' responsibility, but Mina chose to forgive. She just wanted the nuns to take her to Anthony's grave. Anthony's grave was built in the wasteland behind the monastery. After a long time going, she came back to the starting point. Mina's 50-year heart has finally found a place to stop. The movie was built from the real story. It was adapted from the novel that the reporter Martin had published in 2009. The novel told the tragic story of a mother who traveled thousands of miles to a lot of countries in search of her child. But in reality, there are many Irish people who are still looking for their mother. In the Irish feudal era, young women who lost their virginity were said to be guilty. But the cold nuns were blinded by money and did something illegal. They considered themselves as being full of justice, then hid the truth. Is that not guilty? The movie ends here. See you in the next movies.